How often should we change strings? That's a good question. In fact, because just like we need fresh clothes, the guitar needs also fresh strings, and mostly the basses, 6th, 5th, and 4th string. These are the basses, and the trebles means 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So this bass set, that you should change often. Now, how often? Well, it depends on how much you play. For example, I noticed that after 24 hours of playing, well, I have some guitars there and I don't play one only, but I noticed that if I use one bass set for 24 hours, playing 24 hours, then after that it just decays, it declines its quality of tone, the freshness of the tone and its purity, it goes down. Therefore, then you need to change that. And of course, if you play, for me, it may mean 3 days. After 3 days, one bass set is worn off. But for you, if you play 1 hour a day, then these 24 hours, average, I'm not saying just 24 is exactly, but more or less, I notice that after 24 hours of use, of playing the guitar, the basses go down. So, in fact, they have a peak moment and then they go down. So important, this thing. Now the treble set, the treble is different trebles. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings should not be changed just so often. Actually, they sound better with more time. Mostly, well, if you have a good quality 2nd and 3rd, it may last even 6 months, right? Just to say that the trebles, unless, well, if they doesn't tune anymore, then you change it. But if not, then just leave it, because they sound better with time. But the basses are different. Basses, you need to get fresh clothes. If we go 1 week or 2 weeks with the same clothes, how do you feel? Do you feel well? No. Then that's how the guitar also feels there, right? You need fresh clothes, and therefore you also need to change the strings often, right? It may be every 2 weeks or every month. It depends on how much you play. But also depends on if you sweat a lot. Some people sweat a lot the left hand, and then they immediately make a it goes freely 3 hours instead of 24 to wear out the strings, right? Therefore, it depends on you. If you don't sweat a lot, then these 24 hours are applicable. Otherwise, it will be less. If you sweat a lot, left hand, then it may last 6 instead of 24, because it has an effect on the strings, a corrosive thing. It just make them dull, right? So then there were different techniques which I will post in the description, like cleaning the basses with alcohol, etc. I show it in one video. And I will post in the description some suggestions about that. Because also the type of strings that you need, again, for example, what we are talking now about maple fretboards. These guitars generally are designed to be played with medium tension strings. And therefore, because this high tension was only for the classical guitar with the hard ebony fretboard necessary there in some cases. And then here, no, here is different. Therefore, every set of strings, and of course that mixed set of different brands, each string, or 2 or 3 brands in one set, is better than just one brand only, generally. But to know that also, for people that is asking me which string I should use and all this, I need to see the guitar personally, and then I can suggest you, based on my experience, which string could be better. But otherwise, if I know the guitar, I can tell you very precisely which one goes better or more suitable. It's not that any string will sound same, and in fact, the strings may change drastically, dramatically changed. It may improve or worsen the guitar if the strings are the wrong brand or the wrong tension. Then it doesn't sound same, and also depends on the player. But on the other hand, it's also like clothes. We said that because of the clothing, people don't become more beautiful or more handsome or anything, right? Because we are who we are, and that's it. And then, of course, some dressing attire or some clothes may enhance your image or not. So therefore, the guitar has to be good to begin with. Otherwise, no, it doesn't matter which string you put, it will be a bad guitar with good strings, which is the same thing, right? There should be a good guitar with good strings. Then it may be also happen to have the good guitar with the wrong strings. And then there may be the wrong guitar with proper strings and also the wrong guitar with wrong strings. 4 possibilities again here. So we have to aspire for the first one, good guitar, and then depending on that guitar, if it is soft or not, and also depending in the summer or winter, it may change as well, the type of strings you use. Well, those are very picky details, but doesn't matter. The thing is that you don't worry with the trebles. General guideline is don't change the trebles and leave the basses there until trebles are there, until they doesn't tune anymore. And the basses, when you feel that it becomes dull or it's not anymore a fresh tone, then change it. And that's up to you, to your criteria, when to do it. So I hope this satisfies you. Good question was. Thank you, and I see you next time.